Can you give us a little background history about yourself, where you grew up, what schools you went to and whatnot?
I'm from Fresno, California. Well, actually, I was born in Oakland, raised in Fresno. Went to Bethune Elementary, Tioga Middle School, Wawona Middle School, Edison High School, Fresno High School. Just a West Side dude. You feel me?
What age did you start getting into the rap game? When you decided to become a rapper?
I started at the age of 12 with Planet Asia, Nikki Chandler, and C.K. Webb. And Nikki Chandler is Kemet and Cubic. And C.K. Webb is Cubic. That's their rap names. You know what I'm saying?
Why don't you tell us a little about your journey from starting out young to being one of the, you were one of the first rap groups out of Fresno, right?
Yeah. Basically, it started in about, I want to say 89 or 88. I always liked the music, always wanted to be in a band, but I ran into one of my best friends, Jason, in the 6th grade, and he was already rapping, you know what I mean? And I was sort of like the hype man DJ thing. And then as time went by, we formed a group called Miracles Most Wanted, SCP, TTP, and then we hooked up with this dude named Kemet, so now it's 3 of us. And him and Kemet did most of the rapping. I was kind of like the hype man, hook up, I would talk to the people about, hooking up shows or whatever. And we formed a group called Nubian X. So after the Nubian era died out, then we became Third Element. And then Third Element transferred into the Schoolyard. The Schoolyard was a collective of a lot of people like Supreme, Protest, Cubic, of course, and Foof, and 1201. And we branched out, hooked up with the Trendsetters, so we made a big old crew. And then that was the Schoolyard Government, you know what I mean? And that was with Turb and the Trendsetters. And it was, we just basically put in all the work around the city. We was the youngest cats around that age that was really, really rapping. So anybody that was, anybody that came through the city, we'd pretty much be on the show. You know what I mean? We'd be at Camp Fassar on the radio on the weekends, doing radio, college radio, and just doing as many shows as we can. We'll travel to the Bay, L.A. We even went to as far as Atlanta. You know what I mean? Me, Asia, and Kemet as a group, Third Element. We just been pushing, man, for a long time. You know what I mean? Yeah.
With that journey, you've seen a lot more than the average, so to speak, rap artist from your region. You've traveled overseas and done a lot of packed shows.
Yeah, I mean,
what were some of the things you've learned on the road going overseas?
I basically through this whole journey. What I've learned through all of this till now is you got to stay down. You feel me? You can't let nothing distract you. You have to stay down. Because in this music shit, it's fickle, you know what I mean? You could be hot one minute, and then you could be cold, then you got to reinvent yourself and get hot again. Basically, they love you and they hate you, you know what I mean? So you just got to stay down, stay down, all the way down, you know what I mean? And keep working. If you work hard, it's going to pay off, you know what I mean? I done seen a lot of shit. I done been on roads where niggas weren't getting paid, you know what I mean? When niggas was getting paid, you know what I mean? There's all kind of shit that come with this shit. It's if you about the music and the art, it's fun. You know what what I'm saying? But when the politics and all other shit come into it, it's like if you ain't got tough skin and you ain't focused, it can tear you down, bruh. You know what I mean? Like, it can tear you down, you know? But it's fun because, you know, with the shit that I've done, I've been blessed enough to, you know, to been to Canada and you know, all the states and got paid to be in these places. You know what I'm saying? Like, wasn't going just to go, like, actually got paid. Like, I'd have been to every major city in America and city in between and have got paid for rapping. And I'm from Fresno, you know what I'm saying? Like, I started at the Hint Center, Frank H., you know what I mean? Like, and to be, you know, in Canada and all three major cities, you know what I'm saying, and get paid thousands of dollars to rap and go to every major city, you know what I'm saying, and get paid thousands of dollars to rap, it's like, that's a blessing, you know what I mean? To now, shit, you know, it's 2012 and I'm still doing it, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's been a huge blessing, you know? I'm thankful.
You mentioned you being from Fresno. If anybody has spent any time in Fresno, they know about your father, Kende. He's a college professor on campus at the city college. You always mention him in interviews, how he influenced, you know, he pretty much guided you down the right path. How has his influence affected your music and being involved in this music business?
At first, I ain't gonna front. You know how it is, like when you a kid and your parents want you to be a certain way and you rebel against it, but they know what they doing because they see the future before you. I used to fight it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, shit, don't, you know, he the type, don't sell drugs. And I'm gonna go out and sell some drugs. You know what I'm saying? Don't degrade the women. I'm gonna go degrade the women. You know what I mean? Like, just being rebellious, going against what was going on. But as I got older, I started seeing, like, all the jewels he was giving me was real shit. You know what I mean? So my music started changing because I started being who I was supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like, that's like he like my best friend and everything. You know what I mean? Like that's my world. Like, I'm a daddy's boy. Always been a daddy's boy. Like, I love my mama. Me and my mama tight. But I always been a daddy's boy. You know what I'm saying? And he was always real. Real with me, you know what I mean? Like, I had like when I graduated from high school, I could have went to Tuskegee College. I had an opportunity to go there, and he used to always tell me when I was young, like, you know, don't do what I want you to do. Do what you want to do. You can't live your life on some woulda, coulda, shoulda shit. You know what I mean? And it was like he never really. Even though he a college professor and everything and all that, he never really pushed school on me. Like, he pushed school as far as, like, yeah, you're going to go to school and get good grades and graduate high school and all that, which I did. I didn't get good grades, but I got, you know, good enough grades to graduate high school and, you know, be accepted to a college lightweight. You know what I mean? So he always taught me to do what I wanted to do. And this music shit, it was like I always wanted to do it. So when the time came, he didn't pressure me or none of that. He was just like, yo, if you ain't gonna go to college, make this rap shit your shit. Don't go to jail. Don't be doing dumbass shit. Don't bring shame to the family's name. Like, that was his thing big, like, all through my life. Don't bring shame to the family's name. So that's why, you know, people might know me in the streets like, yeah, he kind of wild, but I never did no shit that brought shame to the family name. Like, I've never been to jail. I never did no shit to where it would hurt him. You know what I mean? Like, I'll go as far as I can, but I wouldn't go as far as, like, disrespect his name. You know what I mean? Because I know what he meant to the people in the city. Like, you know, as soon as I would fuck up or go to jail or whatever, some shit, they gonna blast him. And I knew that, and I was smart enough to know that as a young child, you know what I mean? Because I seen, like, you know, he'll be all into the community. Like, he done taught, like, damn near the whole Fresno. Like, I think, like, 6 decades. Like, he just retired last summer. And when I went to his retirement party, it was amazing how, like, he taught decades and decades and decades and decades of people in that city. You know what I mean? So I just realized, like, damn, you know, I got to live up to a certain thing, but also be me, but also, you know, live up to what he built. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to be the type of person to where your parent built something that's force field around you, and then you tear it down by being ignorant, like ignorant and rebellious. You know what I mean? So I just kind of, it kind of just fell into who I am musically now, to where I might have, killed 3 niggas in a song, but now I'm more of like, nah, let me give you some of this good game. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it just naturally just became more of like, I appreciate the teachings that he gave me. So now when I make my records, I do it for my kids. You know what I'm saying? Because the shit is infinite now. So when I spit certain jewels, there's something like, if I was to die tomorrow, I put out enough material, well, I think I put out enough material to where if my kids listen to it, they can get them jewels that my father taught me. You know what I mean? So I just kind of like keep it now, like, okay, now when I spit this shit, there's some shit that he can listen to and be like, okay, I told him that when he was 10, and you know what I mean, I could push it off to the next generation. You feel me?
Last year, in 2010, shortly beginning of 2011, you had a real big campaign coming off from your 2006 release of your first solo album, of his own thinking. You dropped the Stay Focused, Be Great. What was the concept behind putting that record together?
Shit. Really, I had I had heard somebody say that Stay Focused, Be Great like a year prior to '06. You know what I mean? Like '05, I was somewhere with Asian Wu, somewhere like in LA, and one of the homies was like, "Yeah, man, you gotta stay focused, be great." And I was like, "Damn, that's a dope ass, title for an album." And it was what I was going through, because I went through label shit. So one day I was just, I was on the phone with my cousin, and, I was crying and shit. Not crying, literally crying, but just mad about certain things. And he was just like, yo, you got to do your own shit. Like, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to rebuild yourself, do your own shit. So it just fit what I was going through at that time. Like, you know what I mean? I went through a whole year of, like, just rebuilding myself, finding myself again, because I had went through a bad situation with, with the people who put out my first album. You know what I mean? And I had to basically start all over. So when I started that campaign over, that was the whole drive that me and my team put together. That's my better half, my cousin, and Damian Jamal, and everybody huddled around me. It was like, yo, the money is not an issue. Like, we're going to put out these records. We're going to put out these videos. You know what I mean? But you got to be focused and want to go there. You know what I mean? Like, really, 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 really go there. So it was a lot of help from all 3 parties. You know what I mean? And really Coop every day, because he was a person that I could just, therapy through. You know what I mean? He kept me focused. Like, okay, look at this. Okay, we're going to try this. We're going to try that. We're going to try this. We're going to try that. And then when I did it and put it all together with Damian Jamal visually, it worked out. You know what I mean? So now I have set a precedent, as far as where I stay, like, you got to have videos, and you got to have good quality videos. You know what I mean? And shit, just God helping me, pushing me. You know what I mean?